Welcome to Trapping Inc. I'm Rich Mellon. Today I'm setting up a new coyote bait. Neighbor's got problems. They're going after his dogs. Dogs are barking all night. He's unhappy, so he give me permission on his place with the understanding his dogs stay at home. I'm setting up a new system here. This is something I just got sent to me in the mail, and I haven't had any experience with so far. It's a new kill spring system by Lights Out Snaring out of Alberta. And you can tell it's cold, my face is frozen. It uses a neat new cable that's black anodized. If you can believe that, black anodized. Look at that. Look at. You won't even see it against me, will you? I gotta hold it out sideways. It is set up a lot like my Lynx system, where you have a preset snare size. That's the size you get. It's a 1x19, so it's nice and stiff. He uses a neat lock on it though that allows it to really fall fast. But look at the size of the kill spring on this. That is gigantic. That is the biggest kill spring I've ever seen. Another unique feature of it is, if you look, the trigger on the kill spring is actually mounted to the kill spring and then mounted to the other side of the kill spring again. This is the release over here. The neat part about that is that you get a lot more control. Because this isn't on the cable, as other systems have it, you don't have the flex of the cable making any difference in it, or the tangling of the cable, whatever. Whenever this hits, I believe these are set for 26 pounds. Whenever 26 pounds of compression hits, the trigger goes off. So anyway, I'm just setting up a new site, and we will see how it goes. We're just starting to slide into the deep freeze here. We've had a really nice winter so far, and I've really done good on my own bait at home. But we'll get this new bait set up and see how it goes. Stick around.
Trapping is the cornerstone that Canada was built on. Brave and sometimes crazy men and women, fueled by the lucrative fur trade, explored and mapped our great nation. Hundreds of years have passed since then, but trapping still remains vibrant, strong, and steeped in the ancient traditions. The fur bearers still follow the old paths and live as dictated by thousands of years of instinct. Fur only gets prime in the harsh temperatures of winter, and trappers must respect and prepare for the weather. Trapping's past is firmly rooted in history, but today, the gear and techniques have changed. Canada is still known for the best wild fur in the world, and today our pelts are sold on the global market. Our community is large, and our numbers are growing. We are trappers. This is what we do, and where we belong. Join us in our adventures. Welcome to Trapping Inc., the face of today's trapper. What he's done, though, is he's made it all into a system. So we've got our snare. You'll notice that there's two washers right here. And he's made these out of 9-wire. So this is not something cheap. It's not light and flimsy. It's 9-wire, and it's got like this corkscrew on the end. How you put them together is just like this. It is so simple. And then just take and twist her all together. Now, I can tell you from the number of coyotes I've caught, you don't have to worry about it on twisting. No worries at all. So now, it's becoming a system. We have a pre-made size already. We can't move our support in any way that affects how it hangs. It hangs sweet every time. He's got this giant spring here, but he has taken and put a kink in his cable here so that it hangs there. And look how it stays, right? High quality components. This is a Sullivan 280 breakaway, S-hook breakaway. I'll talk 1 second here about this cable. You'll notice that it's black. It's anodized, which is kind of cool because what it does right away is it means that we don't have to boil it. It's anodized, which is an oxidation that's put on electronically. So there's no oil on there. So away you go. Whether you like black or not, I don't think color matters. I do think smell matters. So it's anodized, and I just put them on there, go hang them out there. Works like a hot damn for me.
Trapping Inc. is brought to you by these fine sponsors. At Old Smokes, we slow roast our coffee over a fire, making it smooth, flavorful, and memorable. You can order our smoked coffee online. Crafted coffee for the courageous. Southland Trailer Corporation makes a trailer for any job. Southland Trailer, behind you all the way. Why trust your hunt to anything less than the best? Carl Zeiss Sport Optics. Confidence in the toughest conditions. High-quality hunting and spectacular trophies create memories of a lifetime. Let Guy Swart from Wild Horizon help you plan your dream African safari.
Yeah, lots of traffic here. I like it when they start packing stuff off into the trees. That makes it good. I set they developed a good trail here, so I set a snare on it night before last, just to see how it goes. Oh yeah. Hey, there we go. There we go. Okay, this is cool. I want to see how this looks. I want to see how this looks. Let me get this set up, get some light on it. We'll take a look, see how this worked. All right. Oh, it's a terrible coyote too. And that's unfortunate because look at the color at the back here. But look up here. Look at the shoulder mite. It's practically bald up here. Ew. Well, I'm not even going to bother trying to fight that off. This has a really neat system for taking and removing and putting your mounting your snare to the mount here. And it's just a corkscrew. It's like that. Kaboom. And we have the snare, and I don't know if I can get that off. I don't even know that I want to. He's just in terrible condition. Oh, look at that. Spring fired. That is tight. That's good. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. Except that animal isn't worth packing off for the bait pile. Unfortunate part about coyotes, they get that stuff. It's just, you take a look here. You see how bad this is? And on the underside, that hide will be so thick and it'll be so greasy and so smelly. When this thing thaws, it will just stink. I think I'll just throw it on the bait pile. And we'll find a spot here. See, there's a trail going back this way. Yeah. We'll take and mount another snare over here. Couple trails. Good stuff. A fox. My first fox here. I've never even caught a fox on my own place. I have to admit, my heart was kind of in my throat when I was walking up here because of the color, right? I wasn't thinking fox, I was thinking somebody's dog. They're supposed to be keeping them, they know that I'm trapping and they're supposed to be keeping them tied up. They asked for me to be here, so, but you just don't want to see something like that, do you? This, he went around the circle, peed there, and it was kind of over. This 9-wire support that they make it works really nice. I like it. I like the fact that it's easy to mount a new snare on, if you want to just remount here, but also the fact that it can support that big spring, right? There we go. Yeah, smaller critter here. He got tightened down pretty good before it went off. I'll get this off of him and take a look at the rest here. We've got another 5 or 6. We got 6 more here. See if we got any more. Gotta like those first couple checks on a bait, because that's when you get the most. Sometimes, you know, you might get 5 out of 6 snares full, right? Where'd I put my glove? There it is. This is one thing I do, is I will take and mark where the trails are. So there's trails that go back through the bush. You know, they pack, this is the way they come in, to and from, and then where they pack food back through. And just by marking that trail, I know, you know, to go look for the indent in the snow and go look for it, rather than having an actual flag right at my snare. And I can see something back there in the bush, so I know that I've got one. But I have been in the situation where I always thought, oh, I'll never forget where the snares are. I'll never lose the trail. And I do. Takes a lot of work to find them, but I always know how many I've got out. And this is what I like. They take and bring that stuff in and around, and they start chewing on stuff back in the bush. And oh, this one looks like disease itself. It don't look good either. Sorry folks, my battery died. You live in the north, you know not to buy Tesla stock. You don't want to know where I have to keep these rechargeable batteries in order to keep them warm enough so I can get 10 minutes out of them. And they're supposed to do like 130 minutes. Anyway, enough about the glamorous side of TV. Yeah, this one, I think, as I was saying just before that battery died, this one looks awful. This one looks heavy. Holy cow, it's heavy. It's got to be a 35-pound coyote, but oh my gosh. It's all the way back and down its side. Look at that. Terrible shape. Well, that was the last one here. So in my first check, I got 2 diseased coyotes and 1 fox. Not a big payday, but it's a start, right? So far, I'm pretty impressed with these, with this new system. I really like, you know, there's always been the 9-wire, and it goes onto a whammy, you know, and you adjust your size of your loop and all that. This being all together, you're not trying to wrap your snare or anything like that. It's right on it. I like that. I really like that. I'm going to set up a few more snares here, as I can see the trails. And we'll come back a few days, see how it goes. That's my house. I'm about halfway down my driveway, across my quarter section, out to the highway over there. And I've had this coyote snare set up here now for the entire season. Oh, come on. A little froze down. Oh. This is the part that I like so much about these snares, is it is so easy to change them out. I mean, the power ram's nice too, no question. This is, I think, is even quicker and easier though. Oh, look at that. There's a nice one. Oh yeah, good all the way. See the nice big old snare or spring up on him here. That's a beauty. Oh, I might have to do a little bit more fencing here because it kind of looks like he messed up my set. There we go. Oh yeah, nice. Not a big one, but a nice light color.
Now what we've got here is an actual used snare, okay? And you can see this. That is, we are at 2 1/8 inches by 2.5 inches. That's how far that snare got pulled down. As the keifer gets pulled down, you'll notice that it takes and it bends the cable. It kinks the cable so that this spot here actually now has become its own stop. Okay? It can't slide back beyond it. So now it is kinked solid. At this point, the spring hasn't fired yet. Okay? This is kinked solid. When it pulls hard enough, and you can see here, I've got this all set together just the way it would be if the snare was on there. You can see that this is actually the total length of, I cut this off right at the end of this. So there's the total length that spring, that 75 pounds where the spring was in after it fired. And it then pushes back against this, which is already locked in place because they kink in the cable. It is lethal. It is lethal. And that's how big the snare was around the coyote's neck. I mean, that is so tight. It's unbelievable.
Trapping Inc. is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Argo Extreme vehicles conquer any season, any terrain. See all the new models at your nearest dealer. Argo, go anywhere. Range Road Enterprises understands hard work and the value of a buck. Our products work as hard as you do. See our full line of firewood processors, sawmills, and more at your nearest dealer. Midland Radio helps you stay in touch in the wild. Check out the new X-Talkers at your nearest dealer. Communication for every adventure. Take your best to the best. J. Martin Taxidermy. Recreating the memories of your hunt with precision, passion, and pride.
We got orange flag. And right there. There's one. Good that the cold came and the snow came. One, I have another. Oh, I see another snare back there, and it's good. Let's see if I can just zoom into it. There, you can see it hanging there perfectly. Hope this is okay. I should not have put this one here. See, this is right the edge of the opening that the bait's in, and if he gets hit during the day and he's laying there and of course he's warm and thawed and everything else, the birds like to eat them, right? So let's see. It was a bad spot. I was in a hurry. Wouldn't have mattered if they ate him or not. He's terrible. Oh. I should never mention that I hadn't caught a bad one yet, because I haven't caught a good one since. Look at that. He's just ruined. Nice hookup. Look at. Here's something I really like. Of course, the snare is so easy to take off the mount, but if you take a look here, you can see that spring hasn't even fully been able to stretch out. So it was that tight before it released, which is good. You should be able to see four right here. Oh, I see the wire, so I'm guessing we've got another coyote right here. Yeah, wire goes down to a big pound of snow. He's been here a couple days. Well, let me get some replacement cables and a tripod. Down. Must have been when it was just starting to snow. How does he look? Medium. I'll skin him, but man, I don't. What the heck going on with this? Look at this. Huh. I'll have to thaw it out to see, but it sure looks like he had a snare around his mouth. Like right around here. Obviously survived it. Obviously, it's all healed. Feels like he's healthy.
These are the only 3 good coyotes I got with the snares, and it's not the snares' fault, of course. It was just the amazing number of bad animals that were on land that I never trapped. And actually, one of these, this one right here, this one came off of, this is the one in the ditch off of my road. So it wasn't even on that bait. I think this one here was the one that I commented on that it wasn't bad. It would be okay, worthwhile doing. It actually turned out a lot better once it had been cleaned up. It was kind of matted up and that. But it's amazing. On the land that I have never trapped, I caught far more diseased and damaged animals than I did on the land that I trap all the time. I caught the same amount off of each bait, about 20. And I ended up having exact reverse, like an inverse from one to the other. The number of bad ones on one bait was equal to the number of good ones on the other bait. So, you know, like I had 2 good ones off of that bait, I had 2 bad ones off of the bait where I trap all the time. It just goes to show that we have to manage these populations, and that Mother Nature, she's just boom and bust. And she just build the population up till they starve to death, they get ate by something else, they get a disease, boom, they crash down to the bottom, and they do it all over again. So by managing them, by doing some trapping, like what I do on my home quarter, is I end up with a much healthier population and much better coyote population, right? The system, I am really quite pleased with. I don't have a ton of time with it yet. I will get a lot more again in seasons coming up, but I sure do like how simple it is and the fact that it is a system, right? And man, these kill springs are something else. Anyway, hope you enjoyed today's show. I know we enjoyed bringing it to you, and maybe we'll see you down the line.
Do you have a question? Would you like more interaction? You can connect with us and all our social media sites from our website at trappinginc.com.